Today, actresses Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman appeared in federal court to face charges in that massive college admissions scandal. The pair is charged in connection with an elaborate bribery scheme to get their kids into elite universities. During their court appearances today, neither was asked to enter a plea. Joining us now to discuss the case is former U.S. Attorney David Katz. David, thanks for being with us.
Great to be with you.
Well, I know this was a procedural hearing, so they went to court, they heard the charges against them, the conditions of their release, and they were allowed to leave. I'm curious, in your opinion, though, how much trouble do you think these two women are really in?
Well, I think they're in a fair amount of trouble. It sounds like Lori Loughlin, this is already having a big impact on her career. It may have less on Felicity Huffman's. And of course, the other people in the case, like the lawyer at the major international law firm, he has even more problems because it's liable to end his professional career, both his partnership and his law license, if he is convicted of a federal felony. But I see a next act in the life of both of these actresses because it's not a field where, honestly, the notoriety is going to hurt them. It may in the short run, but they have acting talent. They have other opportunities. I think it's had a real impact on their kids, obviously. I don't know if they're going to defend the case with motions.
Well, that was my next question with these parents. Do you think this case is actually going to go to trial for the parents? Or do you think that there could be a plea deal in the works to avoid a trial?
Well, the government's announced that 4 people have already agreed to plead guilty. And you have to think that in a case like this, most of the people will agree to plead guilty. That's the odds of the situation. The people who are lawyers or have other professional licenses or at publicly traded companies, it's a whole different kettle of fish. But you have to think this evidence is strong. Now, it may be that there's an entrapment defense, and it may be that there's a defense that the government simply cannot prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. And it may be that some of these kids really do have a disability, really were entitled to more time, and they may say the government can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that I knew my kid's score was going to be monkeyed with. I knew my kid needed more time, had to take this special exam with more time, but I didn't know the rest of it. So we have to kind of stay tuned. I don't really know all the details of the evidence as to the 2 actresses. There are some people, like a couple of coaches, I think one at SC, who's announced already that he will go to trial.
All right, former U.S. Attorney David Katz, we appreciate your insight on this one. Thank you very much.
Great to be with you. Thanks.